All right. And welcome to the All of a Sudden podcast, episode
Episode
52. Here we are joined by Abby and Matt.
my sister Abby from Portland, and then obviously everybody knows Matt Boy over here. So we brought these two guests here today to talk about a few things. Obviously, I think we'll start with Matt Boy first. Who was it? Was it Abbott that did the whole gym thing, Joe? Do you know?
Yeah, it's Abbott. Abbott's the one
Okay.
who's controlling Texas, and
Yeah, so
he just ruled that gyms are opened as of the 18th. Correct, Matt?
Yeah, that's correct. There was a lot of people, a lot of other people not agreeing with the fact that it was going to be open so early, but the numbers speak for themselves. I went to the gym myself yesterday for the first time in 2 months, and the owner is already he's doing better now than he was these past 2 months. Just because he has a food, he does the food prep for all his athletes and anybody who might use the gym. Has stayed open throughout the quarantine, and he was feeling very pressured when it came to monetary and his financial well-being. And now that the gym's back open, he signed over, I think he told me, over 500 memberships in
Nice.
the span of a week. Yeah, so it doesn't sound like much, but when you're charging people $30 per person per month, 500 times 30, that speaks for itself right there.
does it
That's
almost? Oh, sorry, Matt. I don't mean to interrupt.
go ahead.
Does it almost feel like a second New Year's in a way? You know how like every January there's almost like a whole rush of people going into the gym because they want to work on their resolution and stuff. Does it almost kind of feel like that kind of atmosphere or what?
Yes, because you see everybody who you haven't seen in a few months, and they're, obviously not everybody looks the way they did before the quarantine, but at the same time, no, because the gym's only allowing 25% capacity. I think it's all the gyms around El Paso that are only allowing 25% capacity per hour. So you're only allowed to work out an hour to an hour and a half, and then you have to leave. Excuse me. So you can see the numbers of people there. You can see people waiting outside to get in. But as for the overpackedness that you get during the beginning of the year, that's not what it's looking like right now. And I mean, it makes it better because then you don't have to fight people for machines, and you can actually, that you don't have anybody touching anything else. Everything you're touching is clean. There's a lot more sanitary bottles, a lot more sanitary procedures available now. Um, so I mean, that's at least my gym. I haven't been able to take a trip over to all the other local gyms or the franchise gyms in the area yet. But I do have some friends that are, they do use those other gyms, and I'm waiting to get some feedback from them. What I do know though is that the non-gym Planet Fitness opened up, and they were supposed to do some kind of renovation with their hygiene and their, removing the old carpets and removing a bunch of old mats and everything that could potentially cause a threat or pose a threat to your health. And the ones here in El Paso haven't done it yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And as for another local gym, Steel Temple, they just opened up too, and it's a really nice gym. It's always been a really clean gym, and so far, a couple of friends of mine are saying that it feels like the old days, if you will. Go in, get your pump in, and then get out. The only difference is that I'm used to doing an hour, 2 hours at the gym. I'm only doing like 45 right now. I still got to be able to make it to work or go on with my day. Because
Yeah, because obviously some of that time is cut waiting in line now, right?
well, not waiting
Or
in line. More of a you have you. I do 2 hours that way. I have enough time to get everything done, and now without the pauses, without having to wait for people to finish using the machine, it's pretty empty. Like yesterday morning, there was only like 10 people when there would normally be about 40 people there. So I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait in a line, but I don't have to wait for equipment to clear up. I can just right away go and grab it. So it's good. It's fast. Just I guess it's still missing that little the little nostalgia that I'm used to.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
Jim
missing.
seem. Oh, I
Go
was gonna
ahead,
say
Joe. Go ahead.
Jim seem like a hotbed for this stuff. I mean, how are they specifically taking care of stuff like that with people's bodily fluids flying everywhere and cleaning up after everyone's use? Like, how's that going about?
So when they signed the agreement that on May 18th they were going to go ahead and allow gyms to open, there was specific guidelines that they needed to follow to go ahead and be able to open. So for that to happen, they needed to follow specific uh, hygienic processes. So one of them being they had to go ahead and sanitize the entire facility, any equipment, throw out any old equipment, and purchase new one if possible. Along with that, like I said earlier, limiting 25% of the normal capacity at the gym every hour. And on top of that, there's a lot more. They use spray bottles and cloths to go ahead and wipe down the equipment after each use. They multiply the amount that they have there, and you can actually smell
Yeah.
the cleanser in all these bottles now. So I guess they're trying to do what they can, because at the same time, having people at home all day isn't as healthy as people may think it is too.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of things too is that the people that are as eager to get to the gym are ones that are normally not what you would find in a uh, COVID positive lifestyle, I guess you could say. They're a lot more conscious about what they put in their bodies, a lot more healthy when it comes to what they eat and what they need. One of the things that I remember reading earlier about a month and a half ago in regards to the COVID virus was that the vitamin C and high what was it, one of the ingredients inside vegetables, one of the that makes up vegetables, it helps boost up your chances of not catching the COVID 19 virus. So pretty much having a healthier lifestyle from the beginning before this, because of the gym, because of your lifestyle, actually benefited you in the long run. I really don't eat a lot of vegetables, but I've been drinking. It's over here, right here. I won't show it because I don't know if there's any copyright infringement there, but it's pretty much like a powdered vegetables, powdered fruit, and it's just 2 servings per day. You get everything you need
Your
for
nutrients or whatever.
yeah, pretty much. And then on top of that, I'll put down like 2 or 3 oranges a day just to keep my vitamin C up. And then I also have the vitamin C supplement pills, but I'm pretty sure my mom stole those by now. But other than that, it's just uh, maintaining a healthy lifestyle and then maintaining that workout ethic, and then going back into the gym. I don't see that really posing a threat. I think the more of the threat is more towards those that don't really have a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying everybody in the gym is 100% okay, but the chances of somebody with a healthier system is less of a chance to catch anything. The last thing I was going to say about that, they're also, because they're doing it at my work as well, they're doing a temperature check when you walk
Yeah.
in. So you come in, they check your temperature. If you're anything over 100.3, I think it is. Anything above that, they don't allow you entry. 100 because look where we live. We live in El Paso. There was 105 today.
They
So
started doing it to us too at Coke. Oh, what?
yeah, no, it was hot today. So having somebody walk in, with a 100-degree temperature reading, and then you give them about 60 seconds to cool down, they come back, they're going to read back at 97. So it's not that bad of a problem. If you're anything over 100 and 100.3, I think that's when they're going to go ahead and tell you to wait. And then if it doesn't come down, then they send you home. They're not going to allow you in. So they're taking precautions too. I don't see a big health risk at the gym, especially with the low population now, because now they can actually see people, and if somebody shows their coffee, they're sneezing, it's easier to get to them and ask them, hey, what's going on. Other than that, no. Other than that, the gym is about the same. It just doesn't feel the same yet. It's kind of like
It's
getting
still
back
kind
into
of
a
like
soccer
a
game.
work in progress almost.
Yeah, especially for me. I tried to go back to my old deadlift amounts, and I can't. I went down like 40, 50 pounds, and
Well,
I
yeah,
gained
because
them.
it's been closed for what, like at least 2 months, 3 months.
My gym closed March 28th, I believe.
So about
And
like two.
then it'll be about 2 months soon. But
Mhm.
I didn't do much extracurricular activities. Uh, After that, I pretty much went into a lazy stage. I kind of regret it now. But it's yeah, like I said earlier, it's a work in progress. Everybody has a lot of work to do. Even those that had home gyms, they don't have all the equipment available that you would see at a regular gym. So it feels good to go back. It makes you regret missing those days that you should have gone and you didn't go. And hopefully, everything clears up soon and we can go back to 100% capacity in all gyms, so everybody can go back to their old lifestyle. Those that gym regularly can go back to their regular lifestyle.
The
So what are
crazy
they
thing
doing?
is
Oh,
that no, sorry, I was just gonna bring up a quick fact that CNN reported that scientists are thinking that if no vaccines or any kind of progression or
therapeutic, right?
no, just any kind of progression towards fixing this, we're looking at social distancing till 2022.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eh.
I mean,
I don't think that's possible to like keep everything shut down for 2 years. But I
well,
mean,
I
go
mean, I
ahead.
don't think you can. Look,
No.
have you seen the unemployment rates right now? I
Yeah,
think it
we're in
hit,
like the millions or something. No.
yeah, I think it hit 7 million recently. 7 million people employed. 7 million people applied for unemployment. I think
A-
as of the beginning of May.
And what's
And
even more crazy about that is it's all new stuff. It's not even including the people who were unemployed before all this happened.
correct, yeah,
So it's
these are
just
recent, and it's I'm not, thank God I'm not part of that list, but I'm gonna have to apply for a few weeks of furlough that I have to take soon.
mhm.
So that's it's kind of like a bite in the ass. I'm not making my full time hours as it is, and then to get told, oh, you got to take a week off of work. It
It
hurts.
definitely sucks
Yeah,
because they're trying to cut our hours at work too. Luckily, I'm on vacation this week, so I get
you getting
my
paid
full
for it?
40 this week. Yeah, luckily.
Nice.
But for the most part, they were getting on us like constantly. Like, you need to keep it under 39. Need to keep it under 39. If you're not gonna finish, let me know, so that way we could send someone else or like a part timer. Because all the part timers got screwed. All of them are pretty much just like, if there's an hour here or an hour there, they'll call you. But all us full timers, they're telling us like, no, you need to keep it under 39 or else they'll push it even further down. If we keep hitting 39 or even 40, they'll push us down to 36. And I don't know, it's kind of crazy. But
Yeah,
you can almost feel right before I left, you can almost feel there's something there. Like, it's almost like it wants to reignite. Like, there's something there that it wants to like kick in. But
yeah.
I guess we're
The
just
power
waiting
of
on,
youth.
yeah, the power of youth.
The power of youth. Where's
But
Guy Sensei?
I was gonna ask you, Matt. Does your gym provide stuff like spa treatment or like the showers, or like how are locker rooms? Like, what's the locker
Yeah,
room situation?
and I completely forgot about that. Now I have it written down too. They actually closed the locker room outside of just the restroom. So all you're allowed to do is, do your business and then wash your hands and,
Get
head out of
out.
the restroom. Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
showers. It's not a big locker room. It's kind of small actually, but uh, they closed down the sauna. They closed down the showers and the changing areas. I mean, open stuff for you to be able to change, but me, I mean, people think it's gross, but I'm pretty clean about it. I know when if I'm short on time, I'll take a shower at the gym. So yesterday morning, I was really looking forward to it, and I got there and I couldn't, so I had to hurry up and get back home and shower. But
Yeah, I
no,
think it
yeah,
just limits the amount of time people sit in there.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
because it's not your water, so people spend a good chunk of change of time in there,
yeah,
So
Yeah. Plus, it's also a convenience factor. Like you said, some people, they're either coming off work or going into work. So it's like, I could either take a quick shower here now and save like about 10 to 15 minutes from having to go home and do it and then go back. But
yeah,
yeah, man, I mean, that definitely sucks. Well, I
yeah, but
mean, it's
it's
understandable, but yeah.
yeah, and it's a lot more hygienic too, because you don't have people, taking off their clothes and leaving them on the ground, or
Mhm.
having their stuff laid out everywhere, where because they said you can pass on the virus through your clothing, right?
Yeah.
Through
through
contact.
through anything that you breathe on, I
So
It's
think.
just a basic germ that if
Yeah.
whatever you touch, it'll clamp onto.
yeah. So think about it, you're sweating, and then you throw your underwear on wherever you throw it, and somebody touches it
Ew.
or whatever. Yeah, you know you're pretty much spreading it. But if you just limit people to changing their clothes, and they have their changing their clothes, and on top of that, maintaining their bag in eyesight, then everybody can just stand in one spot, do their stuff, and then get out. They are enforcing the masks too,
I was just
masks
about
and
to ask
gloves.
that.
But well, they're not 100% enforcing it because it's actually
It hurts,
dangerous
right?
to
Yeah.
it's dangerous to have the mask on for that long a time, especially when you're breathing that hard. I think there's a lot of people that are there's been a few incidents of people driving with their masks on, they're crashing,
Mm-hmm.
and some other people passing out because they had the mask on for longer than 2 hours. And you're supposed to give yourself a little bit of a break every hour and a half or so to get some fresh air and then put the mask back on. So having the mask on throughout an entire workout, especially an intense workout, even if it is just 45 minutes, it's very dangerous because you're breathing in a lot of carbon dioxide.
Yeah. You're just
And
constantly, and then it's just like a pocket, and it's just like,
Mhm.
yeah.
So you're not getting the a healthy amount of oxygen to your blood, and it's not you're not helping yourself whatsoever. I didn't wear a mask. I have a very heavy jacket, a very big jacket, and I pretty much did the Kenny. I
Oh, you
tied
zip it
everything
up.
up and just my
There
yeah.
are some jackets that I remember. I think I might even still have one that goes all the way up to about my face, kind of like Shino. But
No, yeah, no, yeah. I did that with mine, and then now whenever I needed to catch a breath, I would go ahead and open it up, and then you know,
yeah, and it definitely helps out. Matt, you muted yourself a little bit. But you can definitely
sorry.
tell like people really need to take breaks. There definitely has to be like a kind of learned thing going on right now. I know my sister was having some issues with it recently because she was having a hard time breathing, and then with her asthma and everything, and wearing it constantly, they actually had to make her go get tested because they were like, oh, just as a precaution. But I was telling her, like, I'm pretty sure because you're wearing it like literally all day. With me, I'm lucky enough to, like, as soon as I'm done with the store or as soon as I walk outside, I can take it off, take a quick breath of fresh air. But I don't know, with her being at Walmart all the time, it's just like constantly, and I'm amazed that some people are able to keep it on. It really opens your eyes to like some of these healthcare workers that wear it upwards of like 8 to 10 to 12, even 14 hours.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it too. Being in the medical field, the risks that wearing a mask can have all day. So I'm pretty sure they change them out very
Yeah.
regularly, and that's why there was so much of a shortage of them because of how often they have to change them out.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw it to a quick break. All of a sudden, number 52 will come back at you guys.
We'll
Be
come
back.
back. When we
Oh,
come
our
back,
giveaway. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll announce our giveaway winners. We'll see who
coming
walks
up
away with those
next.
all of a sudden keychains
So
immediately right after this.
quick commercial break.
Spoiler: it's me.
Welcome back to All of a Sudden 52, guys.
Oh, shoot. Hey guys, yeah. We're back. Welcome back to the show. Back to the Rabbity. Hope there goes gravity. Hope that's not copyright. Um,
And lawsuit.
so obviously, as we were talking with Matt earlier about gyms and stuff reopening, I invited my sister over. She hails from Portland, and I wanted to discuss. I was supposed to be over there this week because I was gonna have a vacation. I'm currently on vacation, but I think they actually recently just allowed. They reduced the travel restrictions, right, Joe? Or do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure which area did it. I don't know if it's just in Texas or if it's nationwide,
Oh,
but
yeah, right. Well,
yeah,
they
that was what I heard, that the 14-day quarantine whenever you travel got lifted. I'm
got
assuming it's
lifted,
just in
yeah.
Texas, but I'm not 100% sure that it's nationwide.
And
Sounds like a
they're
Texas thing.
still kind of they're very vague with some of the stuff. So like even though they lifted that travel restriction, they're still like, am I still able to even go from state to state? Is there even still like thing that I have to do, like a process, an extra whatever. And instead of dealing with the headache, I just said, hell, I'll just help my dad out with the backyard. So here I
I don't want to
am.
see my sister that bad.
I do. I wanted to
I
be
don't
there.
love her that much.
I wanted to be there because it's already been like it's going to go on like 2 years now since I've been there last time.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Gosh.
I actually got
Like,
a
it's been that long.
reminder about it.
Yeah, my calendar was like, Julian's arriving today, and I was like, you are a jerk, calendar. Shut up.
She messaged me too. She's like, my calendar just reminded me, and I was like, oh, my heart. But yeah, it was kind of, it sucks. But I mean, with this whole thing going on, some people got even more screwed because I know people actually paid money. Luckily, it happened before I bought a plane ticket, so at least there's that. But hopefully by August I could be down there.
How's it been over there, Abby? Like, how are things going?
It feels pretty much like it's very similar to what you've already been describing. Everybody here has been like wearing masks and keeping, like grocery stores are where you encounter it the most. You walk in and some people aren't wearing masks, but a lot of people are. People are trying to keep their distance, but grocery stores are so like such havoc to begin with that it's kind of hard to stay away, like that far away from people when you're just trying to pass through or grab the thing you need.
Did you guys also run into like a toilet paper shortage?
Yeah, for a short time. And the aisle remains like sparse. But there's been stock so that we actually haven't run out in our household. Yeah, we've been okay. I know like California, like back when this all started, California had that thing where they were like actually issuing tickets for people who went outside. And I heard that in particular about San Francisco. I don't know what the rest of California is doing. So we never got to that point here in Portland. But the governor, Governor Brown, she did pretty much shut the city down. Actually, I can't remember when, but yeah, she did shut the city down, all the places that weren't, necessarily closed, just like it's as is happening across the country. And things are kind of approaching like reopening, just the same as it is with other places. There's a lot of, like I have a couple of I have a tattoo artist friend and a hairdresser friend, and so yeah, I have a couple of friends who are facing going back to work soon and trying to figure out what they need to do to comply, especially my tattoo friend who's like, man, the bodily fluids I encounter on my day-to-day, like I've got to make sure that, if I reopen, that I'm ready and prepared to
almost the same
that.
amount of fluids that Matt deals with at the gym.
Oh no, thank God, no.
Almost the same amount.
I would never go back to the gym ever again if I had to see blood on a regular basis.
Oh God.
Yeah, seriously.
How about the bar situation? I know last time I was there, we were bar hopping. Like how is it there, like with the regulations and stuff?
All the bars are closed, of course. I haven't seen any reopening, but there have been things happening, like my neighborhood bar that's about 2 blocks away. I had passed by there to go to the corner store a while back, and I saw a line forming. And so when I went to their Facebook page, I was like, what's up? And they were like, it's the weather's warming up, so we've got slushies today from noon to 4. Come by and get your sealed slushie and take it away. Lots of places are doing that. I mean, like breweries already have growlers. So I know there's select locations, certain ones who have the infrastructure who are able to send you away with growlers. But most of it is just like takeout, takeout food, take out 4-packs if they're a brewery and they sell 4-packs or 6-packs. And I don't know what normal bars are doing other than just take out food, really. We did go, so earlier this past week, I had to rent a car for multiple reasons. I had to rent a car to go visit family, but I went ahead and I did a big grocery trip so I could not have to carry all that shit home walking. And also I did take off to the coast. And I figured, man, we'll just stay in the car. We won't get, we won't get out of the car. We won't talk to anybody. Like, I really need this, but I don't want to be irresponsible.
Yeah, exactly.
So we took off to the coast, which is only an hour and a half drive, 2-hour drive. And basically just went to go pick up a pizza and a 4-pack from Fort George Brewery out at Astoria. So it was like really out of the way pizza pickup, but even they were just doing like door service. You park your car up, or you roll your car up, park, and you tell them which car you're in, and when your stuff's ready, they bring it out to you. I feel like a lot of places are resorting to that. I mean, I don't know if Julian, I can't remember if I told you, and I don't know if you kids have heard of this, but one of the strip clubs in the city went to transitioned to food delivery as well. And for a little while, they were calling it Uber Eats until Uber got mad.
Yeah, Uber. I think if I remember correctly, because I was listening to it on the news, and I think they got in trouble for calling it Uber Eats, which is ridiculous because it wasn't even them that coined the term. I think it was like on Twitter, people were just putting it, and they gave them like a cease and desist or something. But it's just ridiculous because it's like, come on, guys, like people are trying to have fun and be creative.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny because well, it's because when I first went there, I don't know if it was you that told me or somebody else that told me that I think Portland's like strip club capital of the world or something, or of the US.
More strip clubs per square mile, like more strip clubs in the vicinity of the city than anywhere.
It's almost like a bar. It's almost like that's your bar. Like you go to a bar and there's a strip club there, or in a part of it.
Right.
It's kind of like a Bourbon Street on in New Orleans, where it's like a bar, strip club.
Well, only combined and a lot cleaner and a lot less smellier.
Yeah.
Those trees definitely. Oh my God. When I got off the plane, the first thing I told Abby was like, Jesus, the air here is just so different. But Bourbon Street, oh my God, that just smelled like.
Oh no!
What are you doing, buddy? Bourbon Street just smelled disgusting.
I just didn't take you to those spots.
Oh, the lower end, sides of Portland.
Yeah, the lower valley of
is what is it like? Burnside? Is that like the cleaner part, or is that like the?
Burnside is the dividing line of the city for north addresses versus south addresses. So it kind of runs the span of the city, and it can be like downtown Burnside is like right where all the homeless shelters and all of the facilities that help them are. So that part of Burnside can be really smelly, but it's also downtown. And lots of downtowns across the country have those parts of them, the old towns and the darker nooks that might be a little smellier.
So how is like the? Well, I'll get to like the homeless stuff, but like how is like transit there? Because a big part of when I was over there is we would use the train or like the buses. Like, are they still running, or are they kind of like?
It's really easy to hop from one form of transit to another here. Like Julian was saying, so we do rely on it a lot in the city, and they basically just put signs up on seating, like don't sit here, sit here. But the way they did it, they kind of did it in a way for you. They kind of did it in a way that they assumed you have common sense. Like if you're in, like if I go out as a couple and there's only one seat available, it makes sense to stay as part of my party and sit in the seat right next to my partner, instead of sitting like across the bus in the other open seat. So it's like closed seat, open seat, and they're all 2-seaters. And they'll put like this open seat right across from this open seat instead of having it like this open seat and this seat. So it's like boof, boof, boof. And I'm like, what? That seems counterintuitive to like, because then a person comes on the bus and they see that open seat, and now I'm closer than 6 feet sitting like in the same row, even if we are across the aisle from each other, versus like if they would have
Yeah.
staggered it a little. And I feel like in that way, they're kind of trying to be like, well, this is 6 feet from the driver and this is 6 feet from the door and this. So use your common sense and try to sit far enough away from people, but people don't. People just sit in open seats.
Yeah.
So there's heavy mask wear. Obviously, you get, you know, stared at if you're like coughing or on the phone or whatever, because people were like, close your damn mouth.
Coughing on purpose so nobody sits next to you.
Like
Sometimes like one of the things I've actually brought up, I don't remember who I was talking about it with, but like Walmart, you know, obviously me and Joe, we have a big gripe with that. Every time we go, there are people that are just right on you.
yeah.
So one thing I've been doing is just using a shopping cart and just having it behind me.
Nice.
I thought Walmart was bad. I just recently went to Target this morning.
Target?
Just to get stuff that Walmart didn't have.
Mhm.
And it is so much worse than Walmart was.
I thought Target was supposed to be like premium Walmart.
Dude, Target is bad.
Yeah, they got good stuff. Like it's expensive, but man, they are so loose with their rules. And I understand why that side of town has as high numbers, just because of how bad people are not taking it serious. It was on Joe Battle area, so I think it was that
Okay.
35, 36 area.
Yeah, the what's that?
You're talking about the Super Target, right?
Yeah, the Super Target. And man, it's just people casually shopping, standing next to each other. All, you know, there's mass huddles in the aisle. I saw at least 5 people without masks on.
Yeah.
Do you see them doing
Maybe
it
more.
where they cover everything, but they
No,
don't like the nose?
Oh yeah,
nothing at all.
that.
Just casually walking.
Actually, there's like this thing that's been going around. Excuse me to go on like a little more of a tangent. It's that, so obviously like there's a thing called like there's regular like acne, but then like there's those types of forms where like you have like it on your back and they call it back knee. Well, now there's a new form called mask knee.
Oh no.
Because I mean, I'm starting to get it too from over wearing my mask. I'm starting to break out a little bit. Actually, I was telling my family, like, man, I feel like a freaking teenager again. But Dad, he actually I don't know if his company came up with it or what, but they came up with like these new masks, and I'm probably gonna use it when I go back to work. But it's basically like Zordon. Let me see.
Oh, he's talking about it's just a regular like face shield.
The
One with
face
a plastic covering on it.
Yeah, you had it on your Snapchat the other day.
Yeah.
So this one's brand new, so it still has like the protective cover. That's why it looks blurry. It still has like the protective sheet.
Right.
But you just have it on, and yeah, like it covers you. I don't have it like on my mouth, so I'm not like, and I can actually breathe on it. And I was telling him like this is actually pretty, huh?
Wouldn't that be more for like just to avoid, you know, people coughing and sneezing?
I mean, if someone sneezes at you, I'm pretty sure it's coming under.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like it's a work in progress. Like I don't think it's perfect. I don't even think masks are perfect, but it's definitely like a solid prototype. Like, because I don't know, you know. And the whole purpose of the mask isn't even really like designed for protection. It's more designed for prevention, to prevent you from breathing your stuff out.
Okay.
So this one, obviously, like as I'm wearing it, it's taking all my like breath. Like even though it's open down here, it's breathing it onto my shirt instead of like outwards, spreading out. And then obviously, if I'm wearing it like this, it's not going outward; it's going downward. But it's definitely pretty solid. Like I thought it was an interesting concept. I wouldn't mind asking them to get me another one, so that way I could take it to my work and then see if we can implement something like this. Because a lot of my workers, like Megan, they work Walmarts and stuff, and I don't know, they're like pulling pallets, and I see them suffering, and I'm like, man, that sucks. Like that, I don't think you guys can keep doing that.
Have your stores started putting up the plastic barriers between you and the cashier yet?
Yeah, they started doing that. I think the first store that I saw doing that was Circle K, and then after that, like every other one just started to follow in line. Some
And you know
people,
what?
they actually at Walmart they sell like those little plastic sheets that they put for tables. There
Oh
was
yeah.
this one store that bought it and just like stapled it onto the roof so that way it just falls down and it's like that. I mean, it takes a little creativity. Some people, I don't know, that some people put up like these bars with like a little bit of plexiglass or something. But I mean, I definitely I kind of hope they keep that because it definitely feels like it causes some form of prevention, you know?
Oh yeah.
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 Or
It's just added protection for the people who work there, that they're standing there for hours encountering hundreds of people in a day, you know? Um,
exactly.
I think it helps. Yeah, that I think helps. Like you were saying with the masks, I was actually, wearing it in my day-to-day life. I started to realize how much of my breath just comes out, and part of that is how much my glasses fog up,
Fog
right? I'm
up.
like, I need to go contacts permanently with this business. And like
But even then, like
it's just,
there are times I wear my contacts and I feel my like I'm almost drying out my eyes because I'm just
oh, I hate
constantly
that
like breathing on them. I
thing.
don't know. It's just I mean it's not as bad as
No
like with
perfect
your glasses.
solution.
No, that's why like it's gonna take like some creativity, and then obviously like Joe said earlier, if we're gonna be like this till 2021 or whatever, they're probably gonna work on something or make something better, but I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see. We'll see how it is. So going back, I guess, bringing us back from that tangent.
There was
How's the
something.
culture in
Oh,
Portland? Like, what is it still kind of weird or
yeah.
whatever? Still kind of
Well,
Keep it weird.
so for the most part, my own personal impression from my perspective, because it's hard not to speak from other, like my own perspective,
yeah,
right?
obviously.
Is that everybody's being really, really mindful and wants to protect each other, but then, that's countered by like people who already want to open. Like, actually this week, our governor opened up, um, actually the map I was looking at, I think our governor opened up pretty much all of Oregon, like minimally,
Yeah,
except for the 4 counties, like the 2 main counties that make up Portland and a couple of rural counties around that. So it's basically now just Portland proper, like the big city, right, where all the people are that are that that that's closed and the rest is open. And people on that line in the rural areas are pissed because like places 20 minutes down the street are opening. I just read right before this, I just read an article of a hairstylist who was mad that 20 minutes away they get to open and she tries to open, but because she's in
in
that
that line.
county, even though it's still rural, like she got fined 14,000 for opening when she wasn't
Jesus.
supposed to. And she's like, hey man, like 20 minutes away, this other place, and I'm just trying to help my yeah, it's a tough issue, right? Because she's just trying to help her community and her workers, the people that work in her salon and herself, to not go bankrupt. But at the same time, like, well, there's still, the article itself said there's still cases that are climbing, and that's why it didn't open past that line, is
Yeah,
because everywhere that there's cases and the numbers are still climbing remained closed.
Yeah.
So it's a really challenging,
you're caught between a rock and a hard place. Like
yeah,
no matter what
really
choice
challenging
you
issue.
make, it's gonna be yeah.
Because people want to reopen. And then of course there's the conservatives, except for Portland, the rest of Oregon actually counts as like highly conservative Trump voters. And freaking there was an article about them wanting to open, like there was a county where a judge ruled that they could go ahead and open their churches, and it was against the governor's rulings. So the Oregon Supreme Court like overruled it a couple days after, but was like, no, you can't do that. But
No,
but
yeah,
there were
because you're
people
congregating too
pressing.
many people.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
And there's so many ways to get together. Lots of people doing online gatherings, or even my cousin there in El Paso her church did like a parking lot thing where they just
Oh,
had
is
it
that the meme
going,
that's going on
like
now?
drive-in, yeah, like drive-in church
Because
attendance.
I have you seen that yet, Joe? There's like a meme going around about like a, I don't know if it was in El Paso, because I think with you bringing it up, it kind of triggered a memory. There's like this priest, I guess like the when you do like
With a he
the
has
squirt
a he
gun.
has that doing a he has a water pistol shooting
Yeah,
out.
so he's
I believe it's
using
holy water.
yeah, he's using the squirt
I
gun
love
for
that.
like holy water, and he's just like
He's
Pew,
just like
pew.
a
Good.
with each of the cars, like it's
That's
just so
freaking
funny.
amazing.
It is funny, but that's also pretty great. That's great. But see, yeah, so you can tell that these people really are just fighting to be contrary. They're fighting because they don't want to be closed. The rally that they held to protest all the closures was basically a Trump rally, according to the article I read. And these articles I've read, I can at least cite that they're both from our weekly newspapers, the Portland Mercury and the Willamette Week, which are just like the free weeklies that tell you like what music, what foods, but they also do reporting. So yeah, there's people who are opposed to it still here in this state and people who are defiant. But for the most part, I see like, of course, my friends and, you know, coworkers are respectful of it and want to help. And that's what I'm encountering most in the city, except for the adults who just freaking, it's a sunny day out and all of a sudden everybody is out in public. Or freaking Mother's Day weekend was like 85 degrees. It was we've had a string of cloudy, rainy days. Today is 64 and partly
Oh God, I wish-
partly
Sounds
showered.
beautiful.
So,
Here in El Paso, El Paso doesn't have spring. We have summer light.
I know.
Summer light.
Summer light and then summer heavy.
Yeah.
So I guess
yeah.
I guess to kind of start wrapping a little bit of things up,
fair.
what's one of the things once this is all over, what's one of the things that you're looking forward to the most?
For the most part, I feel like I've thought of this a couple times, but it keeps changing. It was like bar food. I'm gonna go get bar food, and then it was like, no, wait, no,
Just all
no,
of it.
I need to go and like see the coast. But since I've already gotten a couple of these things just by takeout, like I kind of just miss like hugging my friends. It's the simple basics at that point, you know, just like seeing people and being able to like chat or hug each other. But yeah, as soon as this is over, I think going to the movies might be what I do, even though I never really cared about going to the movies before. Now I'm
I think that's a big thing, especially for us. Or pretty much everyone we've had on the show, everyone really misses just going to a theater. I think it's
The
just
cinema.
that feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
just that feel of being in a theater and watching a movie, having your
Popcorn,
popcorn.
drinks.
yeah.
I mean, Scoop just came out recently, and that
I
was like I would have really enjoyed seeing that one in the big screen. I mean, we had a fun time here at home, but it was still not. It still would have been good to see it with the cinema. So
Well,
What makes you miss what you
as-
took advantage of?
Yes, exactly. It's all the little things that you really gonna come back to miss and appreciate so much more once we're open. But
I think
with
I waited
that,
too long.
it's
Sorry?
it's our giveaway time.
Oh,
It's finally that time.
It's-
Julian, I believe you had the Instagram and Facebook winners, and I had the YouTube winner. So
all right, drum roll.
I don't have my noisemaker.
I know
so
your little button, and
Oh my
Abby
goodness.
doesn't have her drums. Oh, there she is.
I can't do a drum roll on a desk. Never mind. Not gonna
All
happen.
right, guys, it's fine. So for Instagram, we have Roxy and her friends. And then for Facebook, we have Samantha.
And as for YouTube, we have Pilar. Pilar Munoz won our YouTube contest. Again, thank you guys for sharing, commenting, and all that. Please continue to support us as we hit the road to 100. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're on our podcast network, you rate us on iTunes, and just keep listening. Keep staying tuned to us.
Keep checking out.
Thank you.
I want to thank. Oh, I want to thank. Yeah, I was about to do that. I want to thank my sister Abby and Matt for being a part of this one. And as always, guys, stay sunny.
See you guys next week.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.